I'm going to start with the first question. Yeah. So you're from LA.
Yep.
Shaq or Kobe?
Kobe.
What's your reasoning for this?
I actually went to high school with Kobe's wife. So yeah.
She's very famous now.
Well, she went to the same high school. When I was a senior, she was a freshman.
Did you go to games when living in LA?
Never been to a Laker game in my life. Always watched them on TV because Chick Hearn was so awesome.
All right. So next one. Going the same line. LA or New York?
I knew you were going to ask me this, I guess. LA is my home. It's where my heart is. But as far as a city goes, New York.
Why?
There's an energy, an international energy there that is unlike anywhere else in the world. And the history of New York is the history of America. And I'm a big fan of American history.
So you spend a lot of time there?
No, I haven't. I have spent a few weeks here, a few weeks there. And every time I go, I have the time of my life.
Is there any city in China or in Asia that would compare to Hong Kong?
To Hong Kong?
Sorry. That would compare to New York?
Yeah, Hong Kong.
Are you thinking about that?
That's my answer. Yeah, Hong Kong is my second favorite city in the world. So even though LA is my home, Hong Kong is just like New York, only with
so LA
a little bit better.
Third in the list. No,
LA is my home. My heart is in LA. It's family.
They say you need to live in LA at least once, but live before it makes you too soft, and you need to live in New York at least once, but live before it makes you too hard.
Yeah. It's very. I've never lived in New York, but
I lived in
of
LA.
all the places I've been, New York is
fun.
Yeah,
I live there, and it never stops. It's true.
It's incredible.
It's nice. Yeah.
It's your turn, sir.
Is it me? Okay. All right. So
I like this. This is cool.
we spoke about hotels. So Hyatt or Sheraton?
Hyatt.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, Sheraton in China and Asia is a very high-end brand, but back in the States, Sheraton is not that great a brand. It's pretty low-level properties.
Right.
Hyatt and the Hyatt brothers do a very good job with their management.
Right. There's some interesting stories about Hyatt and Sheraton in Dongguan. Maybe we'll get to talk about it soon.
Okay. Sure, but those are an easy one. That's an easy answer. Okay, next one. Chinese girls or Western girls?
Ooh.
Oh.
No. Well, look, I live in China.
Yeah.
I live in China. I live in China, so right now, Chinese girls, but girls.
Okay, I have a question about this. Did you like Asian girls before you came to China?
I like girls. The thing with look, I've dated every kind of girl you can imagine in my life. I'm single. I'm not married. I don't have any children. So all of my girlfriends have been varied. I've dated.
Because I didn't. When I first came to China, I did not find Chinese women attractive.
Really?
And it's just kind of like
me too.
Grow.
Yeah.
But if it was guys, it would be okay too. By the way, you like girls, you like girls. And when we have a girl here, we'll ask about the guys. Don't think we're like
it's not like we are trying to. No.
My thing is, I like intelligent women.
Right.
You could be a 5 in looks, but if you're a 10 in intelligence, you've got.
I think that with the Chinese girls, one of my problems is not that they're not intelligent, but the culture difference. It's you don't have the same topics to talk about, and it feels like a difference in intelligence, but it's more like mentality and culture. And
that's what I love about it, though.
Yeah.
The more I can learn from somebody, the more interested I am, and the more we can talk about.
Right. I extrapolate this idea of intelligence to something very basic. I don't want a yes girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
I want somebody who says, I want something like, no, why? Because, okay, explain.
Yes.
Let's have an argument. Let's have it. I
100% agree with you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
and it seemed like some girls here are like that.
Yeah, you're going to find girls like that everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
regardless of where they're from, a yes girl or a girl that doesn't have her own
mind,
opinions, I can't stand that.
Right. But even the ones that don't, then you
I'm
get
gonna
married.
cut this on the edit so my wife doesn't hear this.
Then you get married and things change also.
Right. Your turn, Ziv.
All right. Air Force or Navy?
Air Force.
Right.
Yeah, that's an easy one, man. I'm an Air Force civil engineer, dude, and it's a huge part of my personality, the best decision I ever made, and I'm still very active in the veteran world.
How does it show in your personality? I mean, what would you say is one of the...
in Israel, I don't know if it's the same in the U.S. Army or in Israel.
Air Force.
Yeah, in Israel, Air Force is like, Air Force, they're like right there.
The highest.
Yes. you have certain kind of aura to you, or something, they think at least. So I don't know, is it the same?
There's that perception in the world, but if you ask any airman, Marine, Army, soldier, or sailor, we're all brothers in arms, regardless. So we all wear the same flag on our shoulder.
But I think there is a especially unit pride. I guess Navy would say the same. Navy, it's...
And there's definitely a friendly rivalry between the services,
right.
But in the veterans groups, we're all brothers in arms. So
I know that you recently bought a car, so we're going to talk about that also. So manual or automatic?
Manual. Yeah. Manual is just...
I wouldn't think...
Do you drive manual now?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You do?
Okay. In fact, that was a big decision. I did not want an automatic in the car I chose. I looked everywhere for a manual. Not just for the maintenance reasons. It's an automatic transmission will go out and...
Because you and I...
Yeah. But manual is more engaging, more fun. I just enjoy it more.
What about in America?
In America, I've had both. I have a Mitsubishi Montero still in America with an automatic because the American version of it, you couldn't get a stick.
Okay.
Yeah, old school. Manual is nice, I agree, but till then you're stuck at 6 p.m. traffic on Dongguan Dadao or somewhere, and then, it's nice. It's a nice idea, but then in the end, I want an automatic.
Here's an interesting thing. When my wife was doing the driving course, they give her an option. You can learn, for automatic, and you'll take your test in an automatic, or you take a manual, and you take your test on a manual.
I can't even believe they teach on automatic now.
I told her, you're doing the manual. You need to learn the real thing.
Of course.
The real thing.
Don't, yeah.
We talked about your car with the, it didn't even have a transmission.
So,
I think by the time my kids will drive, there would not be a choice. It will be automatic, right?
So you'll be able to tell your AI where to take you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just about. You don't need to press anything. All right. Is this the last question?
No.
No, we got one more. Okay.
Yeah.
So, training center, teaching, I guess, or university?
That really depends on what you want out of it. If training center is a great thing for you to gain hours and experience, and the support systems in most of the larger training centers are fantastic, you're going to make a lot more money, but you work your tail off. And in a university, your per hour compensation is higher, but your aggregated compensation is lower because you're not working as much. So in my university, I don't work very much at all, and I get 5 months off paid.
Right.
So for me, it allows the freedom to travel, to do the things that I love to do, and that's why I chose university.
I've heard that a lot about university teaching, and I guess if you're a lazy person, it's not good. But I mean, if you do something else, like you do, the YouTube channel, traveling, or a writer or something like that, then it's a good thing.
It's the perfect thing, and it gives me not only the freedom to travel, but a different type of experience.
Right.
That's what I always tell people, and I've talked about this before in this channel and this podcast, is that I think that's the best first job a foreigner can have.
I agree. Yeah.
Teacher or university?
University. Oh.
University, because you're taken care of and things are done at a slower pace, so you can adjust, even if it's for 1 term or 1 year.
But again, you need to be careful. A 22-year-old that's lazy and it comes for that,
Not only that, the support systems are really not there at a university. You're really left to your own devices. So in a training center, they hold your hand every step of the way.
I think depends on the training center.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I got the last one. Sir. Yeah. We've got here. I think I know the answer to this one. What anyway? Weights or cardio?
Ooh.
That's
a great question. I want to say both, because I
can't get both. This or that,
man.
I love weight training. I love it, but I also love running in the hills. And so I think a balance.
Well, this is something that I see a lot. I mean, the name of a YouTube channel is Walkabout Rojo. Why Walkabout?
A great question. Walkabout comes from the natives in Australia. When a young man reaches maturity, he will then go on a walkabout into the bush to discover himself. And that can take anywhere from 6 months to a year. And of course, my interpretation of what walkabout is much more personal. And it's a discovery of yourself and discovery of the world around you. So walkabout doesn't necessarily mean walking through a city and looking at things. It's a discovery of food, people, experience, and most importantly, yourself. So when people watch my videos, they are walking about with me as I discover it. I don't pretend to be the expert on anything. I'm trying to learn as I go along.
Bring you with me.
That's the whole idea. Mm-hmm. Yeah.